Not too bad. Oh, yes. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I am doing something that I really didn't think I'd be doing, and something that I didn't want to be doing to the van. Wait till you see this. So to cut a long story short, before I open up the back of the van and show you what's happened, when I was away in, where was I? Cheddar Gorge. On the way back, I didn't realise that I didn't close the fridge door properly, and everything come flying out, including 2.5 pints of milk. Now, I didn't hear this fall over, and in short, 2.5 pints of milk went flowing all over the carpet.
Lovely. Milky milk.
So when I got home, naturally, I gave it a good clean up, emptied the fridge, didn't realise how much had gone onto the carpet, and it absolutely stinks. So let me show you what we've got to deal with. Yep, there it is. Oh my God, I'll tell you what, if you could smell this on the camera, honestly, you'd be sick. I've had to literally rip up the carpet and take everything out because absolutely everything stinks. And when I say everything stinks, the legs for the bed were soaked in milk. The smell just got into everything. I mean, it's even got into the carpet. So I've had to literally strip everything out totally, and that is the mess that I'm left with. So first things first, let's get this completely cleared out. I bought some new flooring to go down. I'm gonna get that laid, and I think we're gonna have to do a complete rebuild. Right, so there it is. Everything apart from the diesel heater has come out. I've got screws, nuts, bolts, absolutely everywhere. So I've got to get them hoovered up. Now I am contemplating while I'm doing this to rip out all the carpet, put new carpet in, redo the ceiling, redo the lights. But the first thing that I've got to do is get this floor nice and clean, because over there is where the milk spilt, and I just need to go and give it a sniff test in a minute once the floor's cleaned up and see how bad it is, because if the floor and the wood stinks, then this wooden flooring is going to have to come up as well. So that's all going to be brand new. I've got some vinyl that's going down, so it'd be easier to wipe clean if there's any more spills. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, to be honest with you, but carpet just seemed like the nicest sort of thing to put down, really. I thought it would feel more sort of more homely. But I have got this sort of like felt backed lino which I'm going to put down, so hopefully that will be a little bit warmer as well. But yeah, still got a lot of work to do, so let's get cracking. Right, so that's the floor cleaned and hoovered using the trusty R600 from All Powers. It just about managed to run the hoover. It was touching about 490 watts, and that's a 600 watt unit, so just about managed to hoover. It did drain quite quickly, but floor is now all hoovered and nice and clean. Well, clean as it's ever going to be, to be honest with you. I'm just going to do the sniff test now over there where I'll spilt the milk, and let's see. Fingers crossed it doesn't smell too bad, because if it does, then the flooring's going to have to come back up. Not too bad. Oh, yes. It doesn't smell that bad, so that's great. So one thing I am absolutely made up with is I managed to get this offcut of vinyl from a carpet shop. He only charged me a £5 for it, which was absolutely bloody brilliant. I bought 2 bits, one bit was way too small. In fact, to be honest with you, this isn't even wide enough, but it's long enough to do 2 lengths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join it straight down the middle you won't see that, and it won't cause me any issues because it's going to be, the join is actually going to be under the bed anyway, so it's not going to get sort of trodden on or tripped over or anything like that. Yeah, in fact, you won't even see it. So I'm going to use the old carpet, the stinky carpet, as a template to get that cut out, and then I've got some adhesive spray which I'm going to get down and get this vinyl on the floor. So next job, let's get cracking with that. Right, so that's the floor down. Whilst that's drying and I'm sitting on it, putting pressure on it, I need to take this door card off the sliding door. So if you've got a Mark II Fiat Doblo, you will know that it doesn't come with the actual door handle for the inside, so you can actually open the sliding door from the inside. So I've seen a trick that you can take the good door card off, and the other side of the lock, there's a lever that you can actually get, put you down, where you can actually get a bit of rope or string onto it and feed it through the door card, so you can pull it, which will then open the sliding door. So we're going to do that. Right, so that's the door card off. So if you can, I don't know if you can see very well, but up here there's a latch. So if I was to press that down, you can open the sliding door. Now the latch is just up there. It's that latch there, and it just pulls actually towards you but downwards. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to feed through there. Where is it? This sort of like bit of bungee that I've got, which is going to come through into a bit of a loop. So then hopefully I'll be able to pull on that, and that will open the sliding door, which is something that I've really always wanted to do. And why not? We've ripped the van completely apart, so let's do it. Right, okay, so I've got the bungee going through the door there, through the hole that's already drilled, which is handy. And you can see there, it's just gone behind that latch there. So when I pull on that, and then like that, the door opens, and then to close it, you just slide the door. So that's where it is. If anyone wants to do that, you can see there, just tie it round there, there's loads of room, pull, door opens. Now I've just got to work out how to feed this through there and get the holes lined up. It's going to be about there somewhere. Just get the drill, and then I'm just going to tie that into a knot. So it's a nice tight knot there in a ball, and then I can just pull it. Job done. Okay, so there it is. That's it coming through the door card now. Nice and snug actually. I'm well impressed with that. I'm happy with that. The only problem that I do have is that this looks a bit untidy. I'm going to sit at some point and turn that into one of those nice sort of like balls that they do at the end of some of those, you know, like, I don't know, one of those nice balls anyway. But that's enough to just grab hold of and pull, and the door opens. And that's just hanging there out the way. And then shut. And that does lock. It's solid. But yeah, that's that. Gonna neaten that up. I might even try and see if I can get some sort of handle on there or something like that. But pull, door opens from the inside now. Okay, so that's another job done, and I think that is much better. I'm so glad I've managed to get that door to open from the inside now, as opposed to leaning over, opening the front passenger door and trying to grab the handle and open it that way, or going through the back. Gonna leave it from here. The floor's down. I am dead chuffed with that. So while that's drying, I've put the diesel heater back on. The problem is I did break the pipe that goes to the air intake, so I've got to buy a new one of those and replace that before I actually get that bolted down. Yeah, I'm happy with the progress so far, and the van no longer smells of cheese, feet, and God knows what. So I'm going to leave all the carpet in. I've given it a hoover, it looks all right. Lots to sort out under the carport, lots of tidying up to do, but chuffed to bits with what we've done today. If you want to keep up with this series of this is probably the third build I've done to this van. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment of encouragement down below, and I will see you next week, where we are going to mask out where we're going to put the bed, mask out where the kitchen's going to go, and hopefully get one, if not both, started and at least one finished. Going to take my time with this build. Previous builds I've done in about 2 weeks. I've got all winter to get this done, and I want to make sure that this is done properly this time, because I am going to get a bigger van. So this kitchen, this bed, this layout is going to be going to somebody if hopefully I sell this van. So going to do it properly this time. I've done it properly most times, but this time it's going to look absolutely pucker. So yeah, stay tuned. But for now, I'm going to sit here and just smell the fresh air in the back of the van. It smells of carpet adhesive, which I just love the smell of. And while I'm sitting here getting high, I'll see you next week.